Okay, we've got a Chevrolet Malibu LT V6. We'll be doing a tune-up today. We've got all the parts. I'm going to show you how this came apart. 2006 model, 3.5 liter. The shield comes off the top. Then we take the snorkel loose here, take the connector loose. There's a bolt right here you got to take loose. This was under here. Take the snorkel loose here and see where the snorkel is. That comes off. Gives you really good access to those front plugs and wires. Okay, get rid of that. Now, you can see where the original AC Delco wires went. This car has over 100,000 miles on it. Still had the original wires and the original coil pack, which was sitting here. It is so much easier to get these back plugs with this coil pack off. And with that many miles on it, the coil pack's not bad now, it will be. So you want to replace that as well. Alright, you take the connector for the oxygen sensor. You can see there. Take it loose from the bracket that holds the coil pack. You need to have access to these spark plug wires down here. Now, do not get lazy and skip this plug or plug wire here under the alternator. It's the hardest one to get to. That's the one people skip. Don't skip it. Do all the plugs and wires. Okay, here we have the original Bosch Platinum plugs. Well, not the original that came in the car. This is OEM equipment. This is what we're replacing it with. It still had the original Bosch in it, but it's going to have new Bosch plugs, Bosch Platinums in it. Just because they have this really nice cover here to make sure that the gap stays the same, still don't trust it. Use a gapper and check the gap on all the plugs. We also have a new set of AC Delco wires and a new AC Delco coil pack. One of the best things about these, and you can see the part numbers here, just in case you're working on one of these, part numbers for the new AC Delco wires. And one of the advantages to using the AC Delco stuff, not only the quality, but you can see they have numbered each and every coil pack for which cylinder it goes to. That makes things a lot easier. Of course, you can if you're not using an AC Delco coil pack, you can write these numbers on there before you take it off. Now, you're going to need a 10mm socket for the four bolts that hold it to this bracket right here on the back of the engine. Like I said, take this off first. Gives you better access to the plugs in the back. And then always use dielectric grease on the tips of all your wires. That way you don't have to struggle with pulling the wires off like I had to, because the guy before me didn't put dielectric grease on stuff. It also protects your connections. Here's your connector for your coil pack. You're going to want to put dielectric grease on that too before you put it together. Any electrical connections, any wire connections, put the dielectric grease on it. And a little smidgen of the anti-seize on the threads of your plugs. After you gap them, of course. Here you can see the correct way and the wrong way to put the anti-seize on the plugs. And this anti-seize is just on one side because you don't want to put it all over the whole plug. It doesn't need that much. It needs enough so that it won't seize up in these aluminum heads. Down here on the end you see the wrong way. See, there's anti-seize all over the electrodes, and that is called a bridged gap, and it will cause a terrible misfire. So we'll have to clean that off. Your plug should look like this. Not this. It's too much anti-seize. Now you need to get or make a tool out of old spark plug wire. Stick your spark plug in the end of and use that to reach down in these tight spaces to get that plug into the hole without touching the electrode on the end and possibly getting trash on the electrode. Again, you end up with a bridged gap and a terrible misfire. Plus, look how much easier it is to spin that and get those threads started nicely. And you have this little tool I made out of an old spark plug wire. When tightening your plugs, make sure you hold the ratchet with two hands, one here and one on the head. That way you hold the head stable and you don't get any sideways movement. One little tiny bit too much sideways movement, you hear a little crack, and that is the insulator on the top of your plug. You just cracked it and you're going to have to replace it again with another new one. Now the wires do come with a little bit of dielectric grease. It's not enough. This little packet is all they come with. That's why I keep a big tube of it. There'll be 3 long wires. The longest one on the front goes to cylinder number 2, which is right here. The other 2 go to the other 2 front cylinders, 4 and 6. On the back, because the coil pack is on the back, you have 3 shorter wires. One of which is the shortest, and that goes to cylinder number 5, over here closest to the brakes. And then the other 2 go to cylinders number 1 and 3. Now before you can put your coil pack on, you have to put these little clips back on. And you have to put your plug wires down in here while you still have room. So mark the number of cylinders that you have put the plug wires onto, so that when you do get your clips on and get your coil pack in here, you'll know where to hook up your wires. You'll know which cylinder they go to. So this is what the coil and wire path should look like when you're done. If you want to clean the throttle body while you have the snorkel off, just make sure you use throttle body cleaner, not a harsh solvent like brake clean, and an old soft bristled toothbrush. Now of course you've got your shield to put back on, your snorkel, don't forget to put your connector back on, tighten your clamps, put your hose back on, put the 10mm bolt back in place, double check your wires again, and for the true test, let's see how we did. Oh yeah. This is Victor Sane, also known as One Air Force Brat. And I'll have another video for you later, probably on the same vehicle.